Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is about propagation of pothos, which is also known as money plant, and it is also known as devil's ivy. It's one of the most popular house plants which is known for its easy care and attractive foliage. So here in this video you can see friends, I have grown so many pothos out of cuttings. You can make as many plants as you want. So here in today's video, I'm going to show you two methods with which you can grow as many pothos as you want. And the methods are really simple friends. So without further ado, let's get started. And friends, as you can see, I have a stem, and the harder part or the bumpy part on the stem is called a node, from where the roots will start to form. All we need to do is just make a cut half an inch above the node and half an inch below the node, leaving one leaf on a stem. And I'm going to make a cut like this, and make sure friends, whichever tool you are going to use, it should be cleaned. And I'm going to make a cut right from here, right from here, and there you go. You can see my one cutting is ready, and like this I'm going to take another one as well. And see friends, my two cuttings are ready now. And friends, it's your choice. If you want to leave 2-3 nodes on a stem, it's completely up to you. I just usually leave one node on each stem. And now it's time for propagation. I have used a water bottle which I have cut into half, and I have made holes in the bottom. Make sure friends, whichever container you are going to use, it must have drainage holes. And friends, I'm using a seed starter mix for growing my cuttings, and I'm just filling it up with soil, which is a combination of coco coir, peat moss, and vermiculite. I'm sprinkling some water on top of it just to make it little bit moisten it. And now I'm making a hole in this middle, and I'm going to put the cuttings in the center. And now I'm going to cover it with a thin layer of soil. Just cover it up with soil friends. And the soil propagation part is done friends. Now it's time to water your cuttings. I'm going to water it little. Once the propagation is done, you have to keep these cuttings in a bright lit area of your room, of your home, away from direct sunlight. Don't keep these cuttings in direct sunlight. So you would see that, you would notice within a week or 2 weeks the roots will start to form. Generally the spring and summer is the time when the roots develop too fast as compared to winters. So this is the right time, and in 10 days you would see the new shoots will start to come. And you would see that the plant is growing like this, which I have in my hand. And this plant also I started with just two cuttings, and it has grown so well. And now the second method of propagation is really simple friends. You need to make the cuttings as I told you before, and you need to keep all those cutting in a jar full of water like this. Leave it for 2 weeks, and you would see that new roots will start to form. And you just need to keep on changing the water every 3 to 4 days, since these cuttings need oxygen in order to develop roots. And as you can see, all the cuttings almost have roots in them, and once they are 2-3 inches long, you can transplant it in soil. It might happen that some of your cuttings won't develop root. That is perfectly okay. Like in my case, you can also see that this cutting is like, it does not have root, it did not develop root, but yes, this has. So it's okay if you take like 12 cuttings. Maybe out of 12, 2 cuttings won't develop root. That is perfectly fine. But friends, you would notice that during spring and summer times, if you make the cuttings, then they would definitely develop roots, and the success rate is pretty high during these growing seasons. And now I'm going to transplant it into soil, and I'm taking a plastic container. I'm putting a coconut husk in the bottom, and make sure that you have drainage holes in the container. And I'm going to put 2-3 layers of soil in the bottom, and now I'm going to place all the cuttings in this spot one by one. It's completely up to you, friends. Either you can make a bunch and then just dig it down, insert it in the soil, or you can just put them separately. You would notice that within a couple of weeks, the new shoots will start to form, the new leaves will start to come, and your basket or container will fill out with new leaves, beautiful, tender, glowing new leaves. And friends, my all cuttings are ready, and now it's time to water the container, water all these cuttings. I am going to water it thoroughly, and once it is done, you have to keep these cuttings in a bright lit area of your home and avoid keeping them in the direct sunlight. And friends, I'm going to place my these new cuttings close to my other money plant or pothos plants so that they kind of exchange the energy and vibe. And you can pick any method. The propagation of pothos is really simple. You can make so many new plants out of just cuttings. And if you really like this video, give a thumbs up. Do subscribe to my channel if you really like it. Let me know in the comment box which method are you gonna use for making your new plants. And I will come up and I'll be discussing about some other plant in the next video. Till then, stay happy and happy planting.